can we say that globalization is over? Is a critical question. And as I say, remarks and critiques coming out of the G20 around the hosting of a G100, and even just I would say, even just the sentiment towards maybe not having full representation of all countries, it was sort of indicating that you do still have bigger global players who have that dominating voice. And those dominating voices are very influential. Of course, we know that, if you look at the UN, for example, and the Security Council, you've had those members on the Security Council since the UN was formed. That, from a civil society perspective, has always been highly contentious. But I will also speak to how the UN structures are changing and what we're seeing in the civil society space, because that becomes important to how public funds are being invested. Do I still think that those seven hold influence? I don't, as I say, based on my time at the G20 and the sentiments I go on the ground, I don't necessarily think so. I think that people are getting restless. I don't think that they're folding their arms and waiting for these bigger sort of superpowers to make decisions and direct capital. I think that people are getting restless and they want to be involved and understand where are the taxes going and how is it being used to benefit the lives of ordinary people. So I think this is a good time for me to discuss briefly the history of philanthropy on the continent, because I think when we're talking money, I talk about capital being deployed through those global funds. And then we've also got philanthropic capital. I'm leaving private capital for now. Philanthropic capital has been deployed onto the continent, I would say, since just after Berlin World War II times. Of course, we know that philanthropy on the continent has been highly controversial. I mean, look at the state of the continent, right? I don't think anybody can analyze it and think philanthropy has worked. It really hasn't. Things are going to change when it comes to philanthropy. And I don't want to mention the particular superpower, but in how they've already pulled back aid, you're already beginning to see that was an act of deglobalization. We're returning to our markets. We're also doing more due diligence as to how is this money being spent. And that's a conversation for the emergence of impact investing, because